We talked about the book drive. Today we want to talk about Betterment through books, which was the other project that I was the partner for last year that we are rolling over into this year. And so I've got kind of the presentation from last year condensed a little bit. So I'm going to go through that refresher of what it was I presented, and then Carson's going to talk about what we've done so far and where we can go from there. So this books can shape our thinking, expand our knowledge, help us build empathy, and make us work better together with a deeper understanding what books have shaped who you are today. So those of you that know me know I'm really passionate about literacy and how books can make a big difference. And so I don't know if anyone can think of a book that you've read that really impacted you in some way. I have a few examples of ones that are the case for me at different stages of my life. So Little Match Girl was my favorite book when I was a child, and really impacted me a lot. Who's familiar with that story? Okay, just a few. So I would highly recommend, it's going to take you 5 minutes of your time, recommend reading that story, and then you'll know why it's impactful. A Bright Red Scream, I think Ashton read it too. It is a book that I read that is about self-harm and really helped me understand just why some people struggle with that. And I Am the Messenger is a book that if you have not read, you all need to read. Sheikha would agree with me. It is a book that is a great message about how simple it is to help sometimes if we look for ways. And then Of Mice and Men, which maybe more of you have read, maybe? Because you had to probably, right? Didn't voluntarily pick it up. It's one of my favorite books. I think it's really impactful and was really an opportunity for me to realize that it's not always black and white what the right answer is. So this is from last year, but sadly these are still some current issues. So a couple examples of books that kind of hit on issues that are important right now. Dreamland, it is about the opiate epidemic, which sadly has not gotten better since the last year, has gotten worse. Autobiography of a Recovering Skinhead. That is about someone who is a white supremacist who is no longer, and kind of his story. And so you can see with all of these that books can hit on some pretty important topics in our society. And so what the project looks like is, in the beginning, the team's going to work together to identify some issues that are affecting society, and then some titles that are connected to those issues. It might be finding the issue first, it might be finding the title first. We found out last year it goes both ways. And then the team is going to select the topic and the books to focus on, and work on some ideas for how to start a conversation in the community based on using the book as the jumping point, as a catalyst for the conversation. So some programming, talk to experts in the community or people that are affected by the issues. And then the team, after coming up with what they're going to do and pulling it together, they need to market it, they need to reach out to that target audience. They need to include the organizations that would be appropriate to include, and then execute the event, reflect on it, see how we can do better next time. So this project is really good for anyone who's interested in literacy, of course. There is quite a bit of reading that the team did last year, like an impressive amount actually. I was really impressed with how much they read. Marketing, of course, event planning, and then anyone who's just interested in kind of these topics that we can have some conversations and try to make the community better. So, and then the last slide. Books can be dangerous. The best ones should be labeled "This could change your life." So that's kind of the background on the project, and I'm going to let Carson talk about what it looked like last year and what it can look like going forward.
Okay, so my name is Carson Noble, and I was the lead for this project last year. And basically, so like she said, we would pick out social issues or titles of books and then read about them, and then we'd hold events for them. So last year we did and read or got familiar with a total of 4 books, and I'm just going to kind of talk about what the issue kind of was with the book and then what event we did for it. So we started off with reading a book called Redefining Realness, and it was about a transgender woman. So that topic was transgenders and stuff like that. And for the event, we just had to sit around a table at Barnes & Noble, and we had even actual transgender people who showed up and sat around, and we just kind of discussed it and got familiar with it, because lots of people don't know or are familiar with people who are transgender, so we've got to learn a lot about that, which was awesome. And then after that, we did a book called How Not to Die, and this was about eating habits and stuff like that, and it actually had a cookbook that went along with it. And so for that, we actually had a cooking class at High V, which we picked out recipes from the cooking book and made them at Hy-Vee. And then kind of throughout, like, reading those books, we also did The Hate You Give. Like, I don't know if you've heard of that book. It's by Angie Thomas, and I know they're making it into, like, a movie now. And so that one's kind of, like, about, like, race and, like, police brutality it was. And we were going to actually try and get Angie Thomas to come to, like, this area, and we were going to have, like, her come and talk, and we were going to plan that all out. And we ended up actually, like, raising some money for it through, like, Poncheros, and I think we did Orange Leaf, too. But in the end, that one didn't work out, which it wasn't us, like, we didn't do anything, like, wrong about it.
She just changed the release date of her new book, so her touring got changed.
Ended up not working out, but we would have been able to, like, but anyways, and then the last one we did, it was about kind of like, it was like depression and stuff like that, and it was about like two people who were kind of going through like same thing, like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And for that one, we didn't really do an event because that was more towards the end of the year. We kind of just sat at our meetings and like discussed like chapters we read so that we could just discuss what happened. And then, so that kind of just shows you like how we can like go from planning big events and like to like cooking classes to even just like sitting with our group and talking about it. So there's a lot of different things we did with the books. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But like, I just have to say, if you have the opportunity to work with Amanda as your partner, take it, because she was a great partner last year.
Yeah.
I think what's really cool about this project is that there's no right or wrong way to do it, and so I think everyone in the group, like nutrition, that was Ashton's passion, and we were able to work that in. Like if you join this group, the team will make sure that what's important to you is a part of it, and I think that that's great. And I'm going to say Carson is a wonderful team lead to work with, so you got that going for you too. So I think it's on you, not me. Does anyone have any questions on this one? Yes.
What is the project?
Betterment through books.